Hello there, viewers. Tristan Ogilvie here, riding shotgun with Leaping Luke Reilly. No one calls him that. Resident racing expert for IGN. Luke!
Your words. Thank you very much.
You are, of course, bunkered down reviewing The Crew, the new racing open world MMO, whatever you want to call it, racing game from Ubisoft. Literally only just got the game in today.
Yep, just come in today. I have retreated to the loft, and have spent all day from the minute I arrived this morning, all day so far, and have unlocked little in the scheme of things, because it's such a just absurdly large world.
It's a big one.
This The Crew. I've started in Detroit. I've moved around. We'll see that in a minute. But basically, one thing I wanted to do at the moment, because basically you've got to, because it's an MMO, and from what I understand about MMOs, of which I've never played, you have to kind of grind a bit. So there are a bunch of story missions, and I'm progressing through them, but they're kind of locked behind levels, so you need to grind to get your car up to a certain level and to get your actual driver, I guess, your own level up to a certain level. Right. So here's one of these skills, and these skills are spread throughout the world, and you just do them on the fly. But yeah, they're all over the place. But you only unlock certain, they only become unlocked as you go to the radar stations, which I'll show you in a minute. But we started in Detroit. I went down to St. Louis at one point, a few hours in. Yep. And then I ended up up in Chicago. After that, this is all kind of in the Midwest. And then after that, I ended up over in Vegas. I'll go over there in a second. But you got to fly. You can sort of fly around the hubs.
I'm actually waiting for Pac-Man to start chasing your thing. Damn it, Rusty. Sorry.
Ended up in Vegas doing a raid race through Monument Valley. And then
that'd be cool.
Back over to the East Coast to New York City. So that's kind of the tail of the tape.
Right.
For
this is
the
where
crew.
You're at, day one.
This is day one of The Crew. This is your first 7 or so hours of The Crew, and this is all you'll see. And when I say all you'll see, it's actually a lot.
Yeah.
Because each of these cities is quite large. The countryside in between is vast. All of this sort of purple area stuff is the area that I just literally haven't been to. I flew into New York from Chicago, actually. So I've just kind of skipped all that area in between. But yeah, that's you don't want to do that race. That takes they warn you whether the race is going to take you like over an hour.
Wow,
and that's one of them. There's one below that actually. It's going to take 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. So presumably there's like coast to coast races and things, right?
Yeah, I think
Cannonball Run.
There's a race that goes all the way around the country. Like it's just insane.
Wow. Okay.
Here there's another one. More than an hour.
The Fugitive. Do you have to like not kill your wife before that, and then
it's all about the one-armed man,
right?
So yeah, basically, I want to do this race. This is a level 13 dirt race. This is kind of what I'm working towards, even though my car level is probably not quite up to spec yet. Right. So I'll probably have to grind some more skill challenges to get the dirt car up to that level. But here's a speed skill, basically, because I'm only a sliver away from being level 13. You can see the bar up in top right-hand corner. Yep. I only get 50 XP from doing these skill challenges, but I think that's all I need. And this speed challenge, all I have to do is just trigger it on the fly. It's really seamless. Yep. But here's the thing, right? It's seamless up to a point. And this is one of the things that it's kind of frustrating, I guess, about The Crew. Which, to be fair, I've enjoyed. I played it all day. I'm enjoying it. The handling's kind of nice. It's not quite like Driver San Francisco, but it's kind of a little bit better than Need for Speed. I always found kind of Need for Speed a bit sloppy. Okay. It's better than that. And it improves, too, as your car improves, which is kind of a tricky thing to deal with.
Yeah, that's weird.
Well, that's what it feels to me anyway, right, after a day's worth. But you'll see that once the challenge is over, just a couple more seconds, the challenge is over, and you sort of get these overlays. Or not. Look out. Okay. This is the third time this has happened, actually, today. So third time in 7 hours. And I don't know if that's... yeah, that's bad. Is that par for the course for an MMO? I don't know. And yeah, just to reiterate, this game is out. It's out now. This is not like we're playing an advanced copy. We're not. We didn't get the copy until now, which is what we normally for Drive Club and for Forza, for instance, which are two games that I reviewed personally.
Yep.
And yes, they have online modes also, but those were activated prior to release.
Yep.
Over a week out in both cases from release, and thus I was able to play those games online with the developers and with other press and
journalists.
stuff.
Yep.
This one was not made available to us before it was release day, and was not switched on until today, basically, overnight, like midnight New Zealand time, I guess.
Right.
So I haven't actually seen a lot of people online, but I'm only...
It's day one.
Hypothetically, I'm only playing against the people on this side of the planet.
Yeah.
Because, the world's a sphere, and it's not tomorrow yet.
Yeah, I think it's flat.
Yeah.
But, the jury's still out
It's
on
not
that
tomorrow
one.
yet in some parts of the Earth.
Yep.
So there aren't a lot of people. I was starting to see more people online as I went through the day. But literally my only interaction with a person today was I slowed down because there was someone behind me. And you know how in MMOs everyone's doing the same thing at once? It's kind of weird. I've always kind of thought it's weird.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Yeah. And literally the only interaction I've had with someone is they hit me.
Oh.
He hit me on the way past and then he drove off.
And so were you able to, if you wanted to, challenge him on the spot for a drag race or something? Or
I'm not even sure. I've tried to activate these co-op missions, but there's no one in my session to do it apparently.
Right. Okay.
And I've unlocked. You get to a certain point, and you unlock all the PvP races. And I sat in a lobby because you can trigger it, and you can sit in there and play the game while it tries to fill your lobby with other races. But I sat in there for a few minutes and there was nobody there yet, so I can't really give the crew. I can't really give you my impressions of the online actual racing because there aren't. Even though they held it until today, there isn't anybody there yet.
Yeah.
I'm
Hopefully,
assuming overnight.
Yeah.
Once sort of Europe comes on and North America comes on.
Check back for day 2.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm assuming there'll be a bunch of people. Anyway, I try and do the skill challenge again because I'm pretty certain that didn't save now. If it crashes out, which it has done, like I said before, you just come back to where you were, which is good.
Yeah, that's good.
What would be better if it didn't kick you off at all, but I'm not sure why that happened or anyway.
Yep.
There was one other problem that I had today, which wasn't server related. I ended up driving into New York, and all of the cars were stationary. They're they were all lit up and like they were moving, but they were just frozen on the streets.
That's eerie.
Yeah, like Langoliers style. Like everyone had just vanished from Manhattan.
Yep.
It was really weird. Then I thought, I'll do a mission to try to kick it in the guts and I don't know, reset, I guess, to the world and get the traffic moving. But then the game just sort of hung, so I had to start it again.
Ah, okay.
So there's been a couple of weird quirks today, and I did download an update file today.
Day one update.
Yeah, so I'm on version 1.01 or something. But everything's working, and my save file seems to be going to the cloud. Okay, here we go. So I've gone to level 13. I'm narrowly avoiding.
So you're still driving
objects. I'm still. Yeah, this is still me. This is not the computer taking over. I'm still driving. Oh. So I could cycle. I should have cycled that menu away, so I didn't hit that cop. But basically, what I want to show you is that you kind of get this stuff, and it's all done on the fly, and it's great. And now I'm upgrading my car because that's kind of like my avatar, and my car's getting better, and I'm upgrading new gear and whatever. It's like I said, I don't play MMOs, so I'm probably really irritating all the people that do. And as soon as I press continue here, wait a second. I want to get away from these cops. Because you'll see what happens. I'm still driving with these menus, but as soon as I press continue, then it stops. I'm back. I'm stationary again. I'm actually lucky.
Stationary, surrounded by cops.
Yeah, surrounded by cops. Which again, like I said, to be fair, was my my fault. I should have read that menu faster rather than just sitting.
Hey, nice ad for Guitar School up there. Or Rocksmith in-game advertising, perhaps. Nice.
Here's a good glimpse of the felony system, which is kind of GTA-y. You've got a brake line of sight.
Yep.
But as opposed to, say an open world game like Grand Theft Auto, where the police are violent and
shoot out your tires,
it doesn't really happen like that. It's more like Test Drive, and they, and the Need for Speed Most Wanted games, where if you remain stationary for too long, then they capture you. I feel like maybe, this is only day one, so I don't know whether you can get longer as you go along. But I feel like it's a little too generous to the cops. Because you can be surrounded by a few cops and then stationary for a moment. Like the bar will probably start building up in a second if there's cops keep getting around me and I stop the car. But if you sit stationary for just a couple of seconds, but then all of a sudden jam down, reverse, and start reversing away. But if that bar still builds, it's like, oh no, you're caught.
Right.
And that's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is my. I should have mentioned it at the outset actually, but this is my Dodge Challenger. You get to choose from a couple of cars at the start of the game. It's like 3 or 4 choices, I think. Camaro, a Nissan. Or Nissan. Nissan. I think they call it in North America. Sorry if I'm butchering that. We call it Nissan.
Well, what do the Japanese say?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But presumably they would know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I'd follow their lead.
But you kind of... It's good, I guess, because you kind of cling to the car more. Because there are a bunch of cars in this game, and I could have bought others so far, but you don't build up cash super fast. There are other cars I could have bought. Like I've kind of been wanting to buy like a Focus,
right? Okay,
like a hatchback, and maybe put the dirt spec on that car and use that. But it's like I don't have that much money. I'm just going to get caught by these cops.
On the topic,
so I was reversing and
yeah. On the topic of becoming attached to your car, I mean I imagine there's all kinds of upgrade and tuning options and things, but are there sort of Forza-like livery editors and things like that?
Not Forza-like. It's more like you're probably not familiar with it. I'm certain there'd be.
I don't even know how to say Nissan.
It's more like it's kind of grid auto sport.
Okay.
Where there's a bunch of preset designs that you kind of select from, and it's not something that I'm gonna partake in. I imagine.
Okay.
It's not like just a free form editor like like it is in Forza. So yeah, but basically, I mentioned Test Drive, how the felony system was like Test Drive, and I should mention it just quickly actually now that, just in case you're not familiar with why this game is a lot like Test Drive, Ivory Tower, who the crew that's made this game, are formerly of Eden Games. So just in case you weren't aware of that, that's why the similarities are there. The DNA is kind of going across both games. But just like Test Drive, you can fast travel between areas of the map that you've been to in the past. Not even just like specific locations. You can travel to any particular street as long as you've driven that street or near enough to it. Actually,
whoa,
yeah, it's kind of it takes a while to there's the map. The zooming in map is great, but that's
quite laggy.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, yeah. But you can just fast travel to any point you've been to. Bam, fast travel again. So it's probably going to take me way too long, actually, now that I think about it, to drive to this dirt race. So save that for tomorrow.
Okay.
And actually, this car's probably not up to spec yet. My dirt car, which is actually a little bit less, I think it's in the 160s. So I'd probably need to grind, do some challenges to get that up. So maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Do that tomorrow.
So we will come back tomorrow. We'll leave you here driving on the streets of Manhattan, beside the park. Have you been to San Francisco yet?
No, I haven't been to San Francisco
tomorrow.
yet.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow. I've been to Vegas, Manhattan, Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit. But yeah, I need to drive up here to get to this dirt race, which will take several minutes. Right. It'll take me past this. Remember I mentioned the radar tower, the classic Ubisoft radar dealies.
That's their signature.
Yeah, well, it's just like absolutely just like Assassins and Far Cry. You drive up to these towers for some reason, because everything has to be hacked on the spot. You can't hack anything.
You can't hack technology remotely.
No, that's a pipe dream. Hacking works.
That's never going to happen.
Come on, man. But then you get to see all of these, skill challenges, which are spread throughout the map, and you can do them in whatever car you take, and you get your parts and blah blah blah. But then you can fast travel to those, but yeah, all these radar towers. There are a bunch of them. I don't know how many I've unlocked. Probably 4 or 5 so far. Some of them are off in the woods, like that one over there. But some of them are like in the city. Like that one down there is like on Rikers Island in New York.
Right.
But this one, this challenge, I think we'll leave till tomorrow.
Cool. All right. Well, that has been day 1 impressions of the crew with Luke Reilly. Thank you very much, Luke.
Thank you very much, Tristan.
Come back tomorrow for more trucking across the USA. Not trucking, are there trucks?
Cruising USA?
Cruising USA, but much better. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.